guys, welcome to a new sewing video. I want to make an autumn winter dress for myself. I visited the market and I was actually looking for some wool to make myself a winter coat, but I couldn't really find any that was thick enough to make a coat out of. I think it's a bit too early in the year still, so I'll go back in a couple of weeks. Hope they have some thicker wools then. But I did find this in the new collection in one of the stores, and I just fell in love with this pattern. The color, everything, it is so beautiful. It's nice and thick. The only thing is, it is a rather nasty polyester fabric, which I am a little bit sad about. And if it wasn't this beautiful, I would not have bought it, but whether this is actually wearable will remain to be seen. This might be one of those horribly sweaty fabrics that you just wear once and then it's stinky forever. But we'll see, we'll see. I'm using it for practice anyway, because, you know, still gearing up for my big project, the wedding dress, which I have made a little start on. And I do also already have my fabric, which I am so excited about, but you'll see more on that when the time comes. So I want to make this kind of in-between project a beautiful autumn dress. I found some photos online of a dress that I really love, and I think it's actually off of AliExpress or something like that, because I found maybe 5 or 6 different websites that sell it with the same photos. Yeah, it's one of those dresses, but it's actually really pretty, so I thought I would use it as an inspiration and recreate something similar with my fabric right here. I am hoping for this to become a really nice, cozy, warm dress that I can wear in autumn and winter. A few challenges in this one. I am going to be making long sleeves for, I think, the first time. I normally don't do sleeves that are longer than elbow length because I'm not entirely sure how to deal with elbows, and I'm still not. So we'll just have to wait and see how that works out. Also, I want to make a collar. And I have done that once before, but on a pattern that was bought. I have never drafted my own collar, so that's going to be a little challenge as well. Other than that, everything else I've already done before. Bodice with buttons. Gonna try and make a circle skirt, hope I have enough fabric for that. If it turns out I don't have enough fabric, I think the sleeves are going to be the first thing I sacrifice. And I might just make it sleeveless and wear, you know, sweaters or maybe blouses underneath. I think that might help with the sweatiness of the fabric as well. I think I'm gonna cut out the bodice pieces first. I have this mock-up pattern thingy here that I drafted for a dress a long time ago. I believe I made this for the green linen dress, the cottagecore one. And I like this. This is a good pattern, so I think I'm just gonna use this again. Just do it in this fabric and then try and attach sleeves to it. I did also try and make a sleeve mock-up, but it wasn't the best, so I'm gonna have to play around with that a little bit more. And I will try and use my dress form in this project. Okay, that's enough talking for now. Let's get started cutting out some fabric. I'm trying to do this back dart here, but I'm honestly thinking I might just cut down the center back and do a back zipper, even though I want to do a collar. I was thinking at first that might be a bit of a problem, like I could do one of those collars that kind of just, you know, is symmetrical front and back, and then have a zipper in the back, because I did get a very long zipper that is long enough to be a back zipper, so I might actually do that. I think that'll be easier than basically doing the same thing anyway, because I have a back dart. So I think I'm actually just gonna cut it along this line and just have it be a center seam. think that might be better. Anyways, I'm really happy with my dress form here. This is the first time I actually get to use it on a project, and I really like how I can kind of pre-make the darts. I will of course try it on myself first, I think maybe before I even cut the back, to check if everything's good, but I really like that I was able to do this without having it on. Seems much easier that way. So far so good. Let's try this on and then decide what to do with the back. Just interrupting the video for a little bit there to talk about today's sponsor, because this video is kindly sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people, where you can explore new skills, develop existing interests, and get lost in creativity. I recently followed a course called Painting with Thread, Modern Embroidery for Beginners, which is given by Danielle Clough, an embroidery artist on Instagram. She is really good and makes the coolest things with embroidery, and she kind of goes into, you know, the basics and also how to get really creative with embroidery in this course. I have done some cross-stitching, but I'm fairly new to embroidery, and I feel like this has given me the best place to start, so I definitely want to give that a try really soon. But there are so many more courses on Skillshare in all different fields, creative fields, but there's also a lot of kind of productivity and marketing stuff on there for small businesses, and just so much to learn over on Skillshare. Skillshare offers membership with meaning, allowing you to connect with your fellow creatives, other people that are following the same courses as you, as well as the people teaching the courses. So whether you are looking for something fun to do in these times, fend off boredom, practice some self-care through creativity, or join a community of like-minded people, definitely give Skillshare a try. The first 1,000 people to follow the link in my description will get a free trial of the Skillshare Premium membership, and after that it is only around $10 a month. So definitely be sure to check that out and learn some new creative skills. They also have sewing courses on there, by the way, just saying. Okay, back to the video. A major plus about this fabric is that it is really wide, so I should be able to actually get a full circle skirt out of this. This is already folded into 4 parts, so if I make a quarter circle on this, it should be a full circle and a fairly long skirt as well, I hope. So gonna just measure once again to be sure, and then try to cut this out. Okay, I have cut out a beautiful circle skirt that I'm very happy with, and I should have just about enough fabric left to make 2 sleeves. This should be enough for 2 long sleeves. I am very nervous about the sleeves, so I think I am, for this part, going to adapt an existing pattern. I'm gonna use this sleeve pattern here. This is from the Simplicity pattern that I used for the green shue shue fabric dress that I made. I'm just gonna try and lengthen this and hope that that works. I think I'm gonna do, in this case, a mock-up first. I don't like doing mock-ups. I don't know, I think for me, it kind of takes the fun out of sewing a little bit. I like experimenting with the real thing, but in this case, when it comes to sleeves, I am gonna do a mock-up because I don't have any extra fabric. This is all I have left, and some scraps that are just enough to make the collar, hopefully. But yes, I'm gonna have to do it right the first time. So I'm gonna try a mock-up first, and we'll see how that goes. I think I have the right measurements. I'm gonna take my measurements on the inner part of the arm up until here. Make sure to leave enough room around here. I might do a button on the cuffs, but I'm not sure about that. Okay. Mock-up time. Yesterday I basted together all the parts of the bodice, including the bust darts here. So I'm just gonna sew all of this together now. My sewing machine is back out again. So I'm just gonna sew all of this up, and I also have my sleeve mock-up. And I think with a couple of small adjustments that I know where to make now, this will be good enough. So I'm just gonna transfer this onto the fabric and then attach the sleeves as well. And then honestly, oh, the collar, let's not forget about the collar. I need to do the collar, and then it's putting in the zipper, finishing the seams, and I'll be done. Can't be that simple. I'm sure something's gonna go wrong at some point, but for now we're still doing good. Oh, and of course the buttons, but I'm gonna do fake buttons again because there will be a zipper down the back. Fake buttons all the way. Don't want to make buttonholes again. All right, let's start sewing. I decided pretty much on a whim, I was feeling adventurous, to do this thingy to the end of my sleeves where I make a bit of a slit. So I kind of just rolled the seam allowance and made this rolled hem on both sides, and then I just did the cuff. So, well, it's not really a cuff, it's more of a hem, really. But yeah, so here is my finished sleeve. I am very happy with it. I am undecided as of yet whether I will leave this open or close it with some type of button or other closure. But I'm gonna set in the sleeves now into the bodice, and then I'm gonna try it on and pray that it looks good. And then we can put in the skirt. Okay, I am very happy with how the sleeves turned out. I think I'm gonna leave those for now. So I have moved on to the front of the bodice. I put on the dress so that I could determine the shape, because that is of course another point where I can kind of shape the dress. And I tried to mark out where my buttons need to go. So I have these little white dots along the front, and I think I'm just gonna attach buttons there now, just any buttons I can find, honestly, if I don't have the right ones, and I'll just pick out some nice ones later. But I need to close at least one side, either the front or the back, before I can proceed to do the collar and the skirt. So I'm just gonna sew on the fake buttons and go from there. It's a new day, and I am trying to figure out how bothered I am by the fact that this doesn't exactly line up. But I think the difference is small enough that I can tweak this by messing with the button placement a little, because it's just a few millimeters of a difference. So I think I'm gonna start by putting in the zipper in the back right now, because I don't feel comfortable doing the collar while I don't know the size or the width or kind of the circumference of the top here. So I think I'm gonna put in the zipper first, close up the skirt, maybe hem the skirt. I want to pick up some buttons later today, and then I'll try to kind of adjust this a little bit and make it line up just a little bit more so that the pattern actually matches up. We're almost done. I am pretty sure this is not how you're meant to attach a collar. I sewed it along the bottom and now the tops are open, but I think I can make it work if I now just hand stitch the insides closed, and that will finish my seams up there. But yeah, that's it, the final step. I closed the skirt in the back and I hemmed it. So last thing I need to do is hand finish this collar and that will be the dress done. I'm so excited. The dress is finished. Oh guys, look how it twirls. I am very happy with this. I must honestly say this is probably one of my favorite dresses I have ever made, and I really wish this was a different fabric. I adore the print. It is gorgeous. It's one of the most beautiful prints I think I've ever worked with. I think it's so gorgeous. I love the thickness. I love everything. I love how it drapes. But it's so, I mean, can you hear what it does when it rubs against itself? It's made out of plastic, basically. It's a plastic dress, and that's a bit sad. I wish it was a nice wool or something, so that it was actually, you know, nice and not like that. But that being said, this fabric was a dream to work with. It was so good. It does not fray at all. When you put two layers on top of each other, they don't move, they don't slip, they don't slide. It doesn't stretch a lot. It was really easy to work with. I loved that. And in fact, I haven't had to redo any of my seams, which is incredible. I don't think I've ever had that with any project before, that it just went smoothly from beginning to end. So I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with how this went. Although I must admit I was a bit sloppy on the construction side of things. It's constructed a bit lazily, but you can't tell on the outside. I think I am very happy with how it turned out. One thing I'm not too happy with is the collar. Let me come a bit closer here. I didn't do the collar properly. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to attach collar to facing, but I didn't do any facing and the collar just kind of stands up weirdly. But I think I will cheat my way around that by just tacking the underside of the collar to the dress in a few points so that it actually lays nicely. And I will also have to redo the buttons because they are a bit wobbly. As you can see, they don't go down in a straight line, but I do really like these buttons that I chose. I think they go with the dress really nicely. I would like to find some smaller ones to put on the sleeves. I do think I want to close this with a button, but I want to do one of those loop buttons, I think. So if I ever find something that is similar to this, but a little bit smaller, I will put those on the arms. But for now, I don't think the sleeves are too bad like this either. I'm happy with my zipper. I love how the color of the zipper is just perfect. And I do think I put it in nicely. I did it by hand, which I think is the easiest way to do a zipper. And oh, the sleeves. I almost forgot about the sleeves. I love how these sleeves turned out. I can hardly believe that this is my first kind of, you know, everyday wearable long sleeve, and I really love how it turned out. I kind of wanted this poofy standy up bit at the top here with the pleats. So initially I had made a sleeve pattern that was much bigger so that it would be poofy, and then I decided to not go with that but go with an existing sleeve pattern, but that was still bigger than the arm size, so I ended up being able to gather it on top anyway, and I'm very happy with that. I think that adds a lot to the shape of the dress and just makes it a lot more interesting. So I'm very happy that worked out. And lastly, I love that it matches so well with my favorite pair of boots. So yes, that is the dress finished, guys. I adore it, hate the fabric, but so far I have been wearing it all day. Today is the next day from the last day that you saw. I have been wearing it all day and I must say it is quite comfortable. It's really nice and warm, which is lovely, and it is fairly soft. I just hate that sound that it makes. But yes, that is it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for loads more beauty and lifestyle content. I want to give another massive thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check them out in the link in the description box below. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!